Well, there is more high drama in the village of Dalton.
High drama is unfolding in Dalton, where Mayor Tiffany Henyard is facing a wave of accusations that threaten to tear her career apart. Tensions are escalating, with residents demanding answers and the scrutiny on her every move growing intense. What's really happening behind the scenes? Stay tuned for the shocking revelations shaking this small town. What if the super mayor everyone admired isn't the hero she seemed to be? Known for her so-called good deeds, Henyard is now under fire for allegedly concealing actions that raise serious concerns. From controversial deals to questionable decisions, her leadership is now under intense scrutiny. Could her so-called acts of generosity and leadership be part of a larger cover-up? The truth behind the polished image may be more shocking than you expect. Stay with us as we peel back the layers of controversy surrounding Henyard's rise to power. Time's running out for the truth to come to light. Don't miss what's coming next. This is a story that could change everything. Hey, I'm Olivia, and welcome to Red Rumbles, the place where drama, controversy, and intense battles in boxing, combat sports, and politics collide. If you're here to uncover the truth behind the headlines, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss the latest breaking stories, fiery debates, and jaw-dropping revelations. This is where chaos meets clarity, and every episode keeps you at the edge of your seat. Buckle up, because things are about to get wild. When Tiffany Henyard entered the political scene, she promised change and progress for Dalton, Illinois. Her campaign painted her as a fearless advocate for the people, someone who would relentlessly work to address the town's issues. It didn't take long for her to earn the title Super Mayor from her supporters, a nickname that reflected her bold initiatives and ambitious goals.
Tiffany Henyard actually has two political jobs on two public payrolls. As mayor of South Suburban Dalton, or as she calls herself,
community programs to promises of safer streets, Henyard's early days in office were filled with optimism. Residents initially believed her leadership would mark a turning point for Dalton, but as time went on, cracks began to appear. Many began questioning whether her efforts were more focused on appearances than on real substance. What do you think? Did she truly earn the title of Super Mayor, or was it all just clever branding? Share your thoughts in the comments below. One of the most talked about initiatives under Henyard's leadership was the free gas giveaway. At first glance, it seemed like a compassionate move to ease the financial burden on struggling families. The media buzzed with praise, and her supporters saw it as proof of her commitment to the community. However, a closer examination revealed troubling details. Allegations of favoritism began to surface, with claims that the distribution process wasn't as fair as it appeared. Critics questioned why certain groups were prioritized while others were left out. Some even suggested that the event was less about helping the community and more about gaining political support. Money trails often tell the true story, and in Henyard's case, they raised serious concerns. Public records revealed discrepancies in how funds allocated for community programs were spent. Promised projects that were supposed to be transformative for Dalton fell short, with little to show for the millions allocated. For example, a highly publicized renovation project for a community center was delayed multiple times. Meanwhile, contractors with reported connections to Henyard allegedly received payments, leaving residents to wonder why there were no visible results. Critics have accused the mayor of diverting funds for personal gain, fueling suspicions that her priorities lie elsewhere.
18 months after our first WGN Investigates report on questionable spending by South Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard, it appears she has been forced.
What's your take on these financial irregularities? Do you believe the full truth will ever be revealed? Drop your comments below. Another major controversy centers around no-bid contracts awarded during Henyard's time in office. These contracts bypassed the competitive bidding process, which is meant to ensure fairness and transparency. Allegations have emerged that Henyard's administration awarded lucrative deals to companies with close ties to her political allies. One example involves a waste management contract. Instead of choosing the most cost-effective and transparent option, the deal reportedly went to a firm connected to Henyard's donors. Residents are now questioning whether their tax dollars are being used responsibly or if they're just lining the pockets of a select few.
You should pay everybody. Is it a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts.
The people of Dalton, who once hailed Henyard as their super mayor, have now become some of her fiercest critics. Public meetings have turned into battlegrounds, with residents voicing their frustrations over unfulfilled promises, rising crime, and neglected infrastructure. At a recent meeting, one resident stood up and passionately declared, "This town deserves better. We put our trust in the mayor, and now it feels like she's turned her back on us. Such sentiments reflect the growing discontent among Dalton's population. What would you do if your mayor prioritized their image over the well-being of their constituents? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Henyard's troubles extend beyond the political arena. They're now legal. Several lawsuits have been filed against her administration, ranging from accusations of abuse of power to claims of whistleblower retaliation.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval.
One of the most high-profile cases involves a former staffer who claims they were fired for exposing unethical practices within the mayor's office. These legal issues have cast a long shadow over Henyard's reputation. While she denies any wrongdoing, the growing number of cases suggests a pattern of questionable behavior. If found guilty, the legal consequences could bring her political career to an abrupt end. Henyard's public relations efforts have been nothing short of strategic. Her social media is filled with posts showcasing her attending events, distributing aid, and engaging with the community. At first glance, it's easy to understand why some still view her as a hardworking leader. But critics argue these actions are carefully staged for the cameras. One insider claimed that the focus isn't on solving problems, it's on making it look like she's solving them. This discrepancy between perception and reality has only fueled further skepticism among her constituents. Do you believe her PR efforts are genuine, or are they just a smokescreen? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Leadership comes with immense responsibility, and for Henyard, it seems the cost of falling short has been high. Public trust is at an all-time low, and Dalton residents are growing weary of the drama surrounding their mayor. As investigations continue, many are left wondering what it will take to bring accountability to Dalton's leadership. With so much at stake, the decisions made in the coming months could shape the town's future for years to come. The controversy surrounding Henyard hasn't just affected her, it's spilled over to her closest allies. Several officials within her administration are now under scrutiny for their involvement in questionable practices.
I'm a private investigator. I've got some witnesses from here. Inside I have from the United States District Court.
Political opponents. Residents are seizing this moment to demand greater transparency, ramping up the pressure on Henyard's team. The domino effect is undeniable. As Henyard's reputation falters, so does the credibility of those around her. This political fallout has left Dalton's government in turmoil, with no clear resolution in sight. Do you think her allies will stand by her, or will they distance themselves to protect their own careers? Share your predictions in the comments below. Dalton residents are at a critical crossroads. The town must decide whether to continue under Henyard's leadership or push for a fresh start. Grassroots movements calling for her resignation are gaining traction, signaling that the community's patience is running out.
At 10 tonight, renewed calls for a change at the top in South Suburban Dalton.
Of course, we are talking about Mayor.
The decision isn't just about one mayor, it's about the values the town wants to uphold. Will Dalton prioritize integrity and transparency, or will they allow the status quo to continue? Thank you for joining us on Red Rumbles for this eye-opening look into Tiffany Henyard's controversial leadership. The story is far from over, and we'll be here to cover every twist and turn as it unfolds.